Hallo und herzlich willkommen, greetings and welcome. Ich bin Hazard in the second stage of the final summer tournament. I'm your host for today, NightDarkWolf, and I'm joined by CoreData.
Hey guys, how's it going? CoreData here.
And today will be the second stage, which is mid battle mage mirrors for everyone. So we have 8 players at the moment, and we'll see who builds the best version. As you can see on the calendar, it is October 4th. Right now, we will have 4 more streams of the final summer tournament.
So today we're going to be taking a look at the mid-BM mirrors. It's going to be phase 2 of the final summer tournament here. We've already had Challenge Champion. Like I said, we're doing the mid-BM mirrors today. Next time will be the preset curve, followed by the favorites stage, which is basically everyone just brings the decks they want to bring. Stage 5, I believe, is a standard conquest format. And then the finals is, I believe, something like best of...
11.
Best of 11,
yeah. You will not believe that if anyone else would be to tell you but me. Yeah, it will be 8 decks, 2 bans, and you have to win with the rest. So that's 6 wins, and then the other one can win 5, which makes it the best of 11. And as we have already seen a stage being played, we have some points already here. First place is currently Rospidals with 20 points, then comes CoreData with 15. Nocturnal, McGacket, and City Talker all have 10 points currently, and Ze and Eros has 5s, and yeah. I have 0, which was not the plan, because the only stage where I wanted to do good was the stage versus Hackney, but here we are. I'm here basically to be 8th, and less people feel bad for getting cut the first round. This round, you can earn up to 25 points if you go 3-0. If you go 2-1, you will earn 15. Players with 1-2 score will get 10, and the last place will get 0.
So this is the initial bracket. The way this worked was the seeding for the first stage was random, and then going forward it is going to be basically win rates are going to be matched, and players are going to play against players who have the roughly same record where applicable. So for example, if City Talker goes 1-0 in round 2, he'll face another player that went 1-0 and so forth, and it'll carry on to the third round.
From the first round, we will watch Eros versus Endezoa first, and then for the second match, it will be Nocturnal versus Core. And from there on, we will watch a 1-0 and the 0-1 match, and then in the end, we will watch the 2-0s and the 0-2s to see who gets 25 and who gets 0 points.
So moving on to the deck lists, first up we have a Ross Peardall, and Ross has brought mid-range battle mage, would you believe? I'm not going to be talking too much about the lists themselves. I'm mainly going to be pointing out some of the interesting tech choices. As everyone had the same design brief, basically just bring mid-range battle mage, this stage comes down entirely on how people teched their decks against other players, knowing what the format was going to be. Ross has gone for a relatively standard build of Battle Mage here. Not too many tech choices in the list, but some interesting quantities, as well as the only person bringing Doomfang ally at 2 copies here. 1 Earthbone and 1 Sharpshooter. It's an interesting point to look at, because personally, I'd normally go for Earthbone over Halali Sharpshooter, but with the lesser wards in the list, plus the rapid shots, your Sharpshooters are relatively easy to activate. Also, only 1 copy of Discerning Thief, but 3 copies of Daggerfall Mage. We were seeing people starting to drop Daggerfall Mage towards the end of Legend's lifespan in favor of Discerning Thief. So very interesting to see that Ross Peardall has kind of gone in the opposite direction, opting for the full playset of Daggerfall Mage. Also 1 copy of Sylvaas Magister in the 6-drop slot, just to help against slightly faster versions of the deck. Also makes it a little bit awkward when it comes to like trying to get in for lethal with like a Belligerent Giant with a Sentinel Battle Mace, just because it soaks up a lot of damage that way. Also worth noting, 0 copies of Cradle Crush in this list. Cradle Crush was a card that was potentially very good, but potentially very bad at the same time. No one was really sure where it would slot in, so a lot of players opted to either not bring it or bring 2 copies just in case. So yeah, just interesting to see that Ross was one of the players to leave it behind. Next up we have myself, and again this is a very, very standard version of mid-range battle mage. I chose to go with consistency over anything else. I did have 1 interesting tech choice in here, being Fell the Mighty. In a metagame where I'm expecting to see literally only mid-range battle mage, Fell the Mighty made a lot of sense as a basically free removal spell versus the majority of the threatening creatures in battle mage. Aside from that, super straightforward list. You can tell by the quantities I wanted this to be super consistent. A lot of 3-ofs and a lot of 2-ofs. 2 copies of Reflective Automaton alongside 3 copies of Discerning Thief to make sure that your turn 6 Alfiques are relatively consistently active, as well as 2 copies of Temple Conjurer at 2. 2 copies of Fingers of the Mountain in here as a means of cleaning up slightly more aggressive boards from the slightly faster versions of mid-BM, as well as 2 Cradle Crush just as a large body, a means of grabbing back tempo, as well as an activator for Mighty Conjuring. Next up, we have Nocturnal, and Nocturnal is on a very interesting version of Midrange Battle Mage. This is pretty much a mono-blue Battle Mage list, looking to leverage the power of Baron of Tyr as well as the power of warded creatures, just to make things very, very tricky to trade into. This is one of the more interesting lists in this entire section, just because of how it plays versus other Battle Mage decks. Particularly when a lot of players trimmed copies of like Skaven Pyromancer, for example. This deck ends up being quite punishing to the decks that trimmed Skaven and trimmed Cradle Crush. But aside from that, there's not too much to say, just super heavy on the wards. One copy of Sentinel Reclaimer in here gives you an extra bit of reach, as well as the 2 copies of Fingers to help reclaim the board. Next up, we have Maggacket, and Maggacket also going for a relatively consistent looking version of Battle Mage here, not too similar from the approach I took. One or two interesting choices being in the Fear Totem, 1 copy of Channel Storm, just as extra removal as well as some tempo tools. Fear Totem being Prophecy is relatively relevant versus other Battle Mage lists. The flexibility to be able to use it on your own creatures as well is worth noting, especially with things like Alfie Conjure in the main deck. Other than that, not too much to say. Also running the Garnag, which not everybody was doing. However, it made a lot of sense to potentially run Garnag in this format. Also worth noting the 1 copy of Tel'Vos as well as 1 copy of Fingers of Mountain, just in the face of the slightly faster lists. Next up, we have City Toker, and City Toker is obviously running something a bit different, as he has done for a lot of the stages in this tournament so far. Relatively standard early game and mid game stuff, but it gets a bit wacky when you get to the high end here with the Speaker Tyrannus at 10, as well as the Sotilsil. 2 very interesting includes in this list, as well as, of course, the Renegade Magisters at 5, I forgot to mention. City Toker is a lover of Renegade Magister, as well as probably the most interesting piece in this deck is the Keeper of Whispers, which actually ends up being relevant against the swath of Earthbone Spinners that end up in these lists in general. So yeah, just a very interesting list, very interesting mid game, and slightly out there end game in the Speaker Tyrannus. Next up, we have Endozoa, and Endozoa, again, like similarly to a lot of players, has gone for a very consistent version of the deck. A lot of 2-ofs, a lot of 3-ofs, very much leaning on the aggressive 2-drops in the form of Outlaw Flameslingers, as well as the inclusion of Ornamented Sword and Seed-Ending Courier. 3 copies of Temple Conjure is a little abnormal, but not incorrect. Usually you'd run 2, but because Endo is not on like Automaton, the 3 makes a lot of sense here. 2 copies of Morkel Gatekeeper, as well as 2 copies of Enraged Dragonite, also leans slightly more aggressive, while also maintaining decent bodies in the form of the Dragonite being a 5/4, as well as the Prophecy count from the Morkel Gatekeeper, also relevant to keep in mind, because Battle Mage is a deck that doesn't really have all that many defensive prophecies a lot of the time, so it can slightly muck the attacks of your opponents. But aside from that, a relatively straightforward list. 3 copies of Belligerent Giants at top end, 1 Cradle Crush, so instead of a 2-2 split, going for 3-1. But aside from that, not too much else to say, just a very, very solid list. And next up, we have Aros. Again, Aros on a relatively standard version of the deck, with 1 or 2 cheeky includes here. 1 copy of Folkbolt, 1 copy of Scroll Seeker, as well as like 1 copy of Stone Throw. Stone Throw is an interesting include over things like Feldamighty. It's a little bit less consistent, but it is cheaper, which is where the value really comes in. It's just a case of whether or not you can have it active versus the opposing Battle Mage, because it is very stat reliant, whereas cards like Feldamighty will always just remove a big thing. So it's an interesting choice to run Stone Throw. Also, the 1 copy of Mentor's Ring. I know Aros was always huge on Mentor's Ring. Again, just a handful of like slightly out there choices. Like the 1 copy of Manic Jack, also worth noting. Just interesting to not see it run in higher numbers, especially with Mentor's Ring in the main deck. Not too much else to really say. And finally, we have NightDarkWolf with a relatively straightforward looking list compared to the last couple we looked at. Very, very nice round numbers here. A lot of a lot of 3s and what? Am I wrong?
No, but you see that I decided to run the Blood Dragons because I have seen people run Blood Dragons in earlier stages of Tesla, and at the end days it wasn't run that much, but I have seen that you included some, so it made sense.
Yeah, Blood Dragon is just a very, very good unit, or a very good creature in creature-based matchups. Being able to pressure both lanes, as well as just being a 5-cost 5/7 is pretty good. 3 copies of Fingers is probably one of the most interesting things in here, as well as like the... Oh no, you have 3 copies of Bolt. Never mind, I couldn't tell because you have 1 premium and 2 non-premium.
you can tell that this was screenshot earlier than I got the full premium collection.
But yeah, no, looks like a relatively solid list, going for the 2-2 split on Giants, like a lot of people in the tournament did. Just a solid looking list all around.
And then the first match will be Aros versus Endozoa. The weird thing about this is that we don't have to talk about bans, because there is no bans. So the only thing that we can talk about is the 2 decks matching up against each other. I would assume Endo will be the aggressive one, as his deck is a bit more aggressive, But Ares also needs board presence if he wants to use the Mentor String effectively, and I know that he wants because he's itching to play that card.
We get into game one here. Winning hand for Endozoa is Thief, Hand, Cultist, and Temple Conjurer. Ross is still resolving Mulligan here. I'm expecting to see pretty much a full ship. Full keep, okay. Very greedy versus a slightly more aggressive list from Endozoa, because these were open deck lists. We knew what everyone was playing. So this is a very interesting keep from Aros here, to see a second Breton Conjurer off the top. Warcrafter off the top for Endozoa is a fantastic top deck. Lets him continue to develop the board here. As Aros draws another 4-drop off the top. Can just cycle off this Rapid Shot, just draw a card, or potentially remove a 2-1 to slightly reduce the incoming damage.
I would assume he will just keep the Rapid Shot, yeah, for the Breton.
Yeah, just passes. Yeah, now Endozoa has a choice of Flameslinger or Hand Cultist here. Goes for the Cultist. This makes the Rapid Shot so much worse.
Oh, and the fingers as well.
Yeah, fingers up to 8th as Aros drops the Garnag here. But there's a pretty clean answer to the Garnag. Just dagger trade. You don't mind losing your unwarded 2-drop here.
And also
Gets
you're
it
not
for
breaking
3.
the rune.
Plays the second Cultist. 5-cost Rapid Shot.
There's the Mentor String.
Balance that last. Where it's going to see a Breton Conjurer come down here. Cross fingers and hope that there is no silence for it. As Endo just gets in for damage here.
Oh, Harpy.
Prophecy Harpy off the top. Locks up the 3-1. Probably going to see Flameslinger plus Daggerfall Mage developed here. I think you just drop DFM field and then Flameslinger and Shadow. Endo taking his time just thinking about this play.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how it will be best to trade with the Frustrator next turn.
Yeah.
And probably this is the safest bet. You can go with Bolt. That's not going to matter.
8-cost Bolt. Yeah. it's not going to be relevant anytime soon.
You might have to Battle Maze, yeah, and trade with Garnag.
Yeah, trade the Garnag. Yeah.
Because you see the Steel Dagger coming down. And you want to get rid of those cultists already.
Third Crown Quartermaster off the top here for Endozoa.
It will also mean that he can trade evenly with Anos's Frustrator.
Yeah, Endozoa only running 1 copy of Skaven in this format here. So as good as the Skaven would have been on this board, it's unfortunate. Just develop the Daggerfall Mage. We are coming to the point now where Ross has got a lot more resources available in hand here. I mean, we're probably just going to see a trade plus fingers, I would imagine.
You could go with
Trade,
Breton
Rapid
Rapid
Shot,
Shot
fingers.
in Shadow. I think Breton Rapid Shot in Shadow is better than the fingers.
Yeah, but he's just going to go for the fingers line here.
Alright, so full clear.
Yeah, it just removes all the immediate pressure, stops you from getting got by a random silence, for example. As Endo finds a Discerning Thief off the top. Like he's going to see the Thief and the Flameslinger developed alongside each other. Yep, holds the tome, potentially to cycle off next turn. But we just get to deploy a couple of creatures here. We can go for Breton Conjurer plus Baron of Tyr. Instead goes for Bolt. Ring Conjurer, interesting. Seen an Incurrier off the top for Endozoa.
That's +3 with the term, +2, so this will be at 6.
Yeah, finds a Harpy.
That's half of Ares' health now.
And the Harpy stops the potential Atronach value here as we find a Crown Quartermaster off the top.
Now the Baron of Tyr will mean that the Breton is guarded,
Yeah. Endo is basically banking on finding a silencer, just so they don't have to deal with the 5/5. They
Oh,
do top deck the spinner. They do, in fact, find the spinner off the top here. It's not that bad because Aros does have this aspect of Hearsay coming down
yeah.
next turn. It's gonna
It's a
come down
threat
as
to
a guard.
guard.
So unless Endo can go runner on Earthbone.
Surely not.
No, I think if you're Ross, you have to consider this aspect very heavily. You can see him like lining up the Luzra plus Alfiq play, but you just die if you go for that.
Yeah, you don't have another choice but the aspect.
Well, you could go for some kind of Mentor's Ring line here, right? Mentor's Ring on the Discerning Thief of Guard. That's likely what he's considering.
Luzrat, Thief, and Mentor's Ring. That's 2
Yeah.
guards. Yeah.
Does go for the guard. I was very worried they were he was gonna pick charge. Just trade.
Rapid shot in the
A rapid shot.
silence. Oh, into Belly Giant. That's
Oh, the
game 1 to
punish.
Endo.
Oh, should have gone for the Mentor's Ring. It never goes wrong with Mentor's Ring.
Oh. With the Mentor's Ring, it still would have been left with 1 health.
I don't
No,
think it matters because you're
even
playing...
even with Mentor's Ring, you would have lost because
Yeah,
you bounce
you,
the 3/4.
you
You trade with the
and you just
Luzra,
trade with the
and you
Luzra.
still
Yeah.
Then in the end, it didn't matter.
God, the rapid shot into Blizzard Giants.
And here we go with the second match. This time Endo has the ring because there was another rule. Since these are only best of 3s, it seemed the best choice if we do the ring alternated. So if they quay and the same player has the ring who had it for the first match, then they have to concede and then they switch the ring, or they concede until the other one has the ring.
We see Crown Corners come down here in turn 1.
You could say Ados has a curve, but he's actually missing 2 because Temple Conjurer isn't really a 2-drop. You might have to play
I think you just have to play it though.
Yeah, but you have 2 Alfix in hand.
Yeah, passing on 2 into
And
a turn 1 Warcrafter
is the aggressive here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to tempo out the Conjurer here. It's non-negotiable.
Especially
I've played
in
my
Battle
fair...
Mage, you don't have any heal options.
Exactly. I've played my fair share of like tempo Conjurers and tempo Harpies, so... We see Discerning Thief come down from Endozor. We're going to see Trade plus Thief in return. So you see another Wardcrafter top deck for Endozor here. Goes for the cycle. Oh, third Wardcrafter for Endozor. Chooses to pitch one.
I was about to say that Ares is favored because of the Steel Dagger, but then we saw the Warcrafter drone.
And I know Endo is keeping the Luzra for the Alfie turn. I much would have preferred to have seen the 2 Wardcrafters kept just because they're so important.
Yeah.
The ability to blank trades and to just randomly take favorables out of nowhere is so important here. Finds a Belligerent Giant. We're just going to see the Witherhand Cultist go down. If not, it's going to be the Luzrad's turn. You can't get rid of the Alfix, and I don't think you can get rid of the Belligerent Giant. Goes for the Belligerent Giant. Interesting.
Because you can play...
I know you were going to say Luzran to ring Alfik next turn.
Yeah,
no,
but there is only one. I would have played Loser and Divider and Cultist.
That cuts you off from the turn 5 ring
Yeah,
Alfiq though.
that's what I realized, and that's why I fell silent. Alright.
As Ross now finds a Warcrafter. Hands were very similar, by the way. Double Alfiq, Warcrafter, Blizzard Giant. Skaven off the top for Endozoa, pitching a Discerning Thief here. In for 3. Second Warcrafter for Aeros drawn.
It's really almost the same cards.
Yeah. It's almost like they're playing a mirror match. Yeah, we're just going to see the ring Alfiq here. First Alfiq sets up for second. Makes a Flame Etcher and passes. Third Warcrafter for Aeros drawn.
You either go triple Warcrafter, which doesn't make that much sense, or you go with Alfiq, but you will be break. Like there is a 5/3 with breakthrough. You still
Yeah,
have
you just
a
take
better
the trade and play
Alfiq
the
next
Alfiq.
turn.
Yeah.
But it's
Shout
a
out
bit
to win
rough.
Alfiq with a 3-4. Gets traded over. Goes for a Skaven Pyromancer in field lane. Discerning Thief. Interesting that Endo didn't take that turn to set up the Luzra. I understand why, because they want to try and keep the field presence right now. Because this way, if they do take the trade into the Thief, they still have a 3-4 in field.
I might be inclined to play Warcrafter Breton and Quartermaster this turn instead of the Alfiq.
Going for the Belligerent. I don't... Yeah, you have to play the Alfiq after sacking the Atronach. Because I agree, I would have much preferred to have seen a Warcraft come down to keep the Atronach pressuring. Is going to spend Blizzard Giants here on the Discerning Thief.
Well, at least he regained control of the board, but
yeah, this it's not going to feel great into the face of second Alfiq though.
at least you have triple Warcrafter to keep the tempo.
And there's what just thinking to turn here.
But the Alfiq will be 2 bodies, and one of them a 7/5 with ward.
Yeah. I think the only thing is if you're Enzo, you really would rather play the loser first before you play the Alfiq. But I don't think you have too many options here. Yeah, he's just gonna go Shadow Lane, gonna start racing.
Oh, Belly Giant.
Second Belligerent for Aeros here. Very good top deck because you're more than happy to bounce this Storm Atro. Get in for 7, bounce the Storm Atro, play your Crown Quartermaster. Mark your 1 damage on the Alfiq. Not to. Okay.
I knew Aeros will pass here because he wants to activate the treasure hunt, and then it's enough to like pick the dagger up, and that's a 3/1 there. But
yeah,
Fingers can deal with one of the Belly Giants. Get rid of the 2/1 as well. Oh, it's not a Fingers, it's a Storm Atro, of course. I just looked at the 6 and the blue art.
I was wondering where this mystical fingers came from.
Yeah, Endo doesn't even have fingers.
Yeah, I was gonna see Earthbone to take the cover off the Blizzard Giant takes the trade.
This one is in no mood for
I would have preferred to have seen the Earthbone going to field lane.
da da dee da.
Flows from the gods.
Hmm. He's trying to go for lethal next turn. Let's see, there is
Yeah.
the Ornamented Sword, that's 2 damage. Seidanin is 3, so that's 5 damage from hand.
Plus Sentinel Reclaimer is another 4. 2, 3, 4, 7. So they have enough for... They can play Reclaimer plus Steel Sword plus Courier plus Ornamented Sword next turn. They have the mana.
And they only needs 2 creatures to survive.
Cunning
Firebolt
Ally
can
hits.
deal with the 3-2, then you trade,
Mhm.
and then you lose.
Yeah. I think if you're Ross, you have to play the Offeek now.
But even with Offeek, the result will be the same.
Yeah. There's going to be 9 damage from hand here.
Prophecy.
Oh! Gatekeeper.
We have a target for the Firebolt.
Let nothing through.
Wherever the buff goes, unless it's unless it's this
Yeah.
turn.
The safest target. Considering Endo knows the Firebolt's in hand, so...
Also, there is an Earthbone Spinner drone.
Yeah, so we're just going to see the Firebolt come out on the Conjurer, but I don't think it matters, right?
No,
Yeah, you have just enough damage here.
and you got another Seidanin, which means you can equip 6 plus 2, 8 damage on anything you want. So you could skip runes.
I fight with the fervor of the wild
If you go
He's
face
going
with
for
2,
Earthbone.
oh, alright, it doesn't even want to skip.
Yeah.
Get this yet.
Just Seedanine. That's it. Endo takes it 2-0.
And for the second match in round 1, we have Nocturnal versus CoreData. We have taken a look at the decklist already. We have seen Noct is running the blue heavy one, so he will be the one trying to push the damage to face and win first before Core has time to control the board, because his creatures just trade better unless Noct can have enough boarded threats. We'll see. This could outtrade you yet. And also, Noct is not the best target for your Mighty.
Yeah, exactly. This is, I think this is the worst round 1 matchup I could have drawn. As we see my opening hand, I believe I've already resolved mulligans. I have a Abner, an Earthbone, and a Discerning Thief. Nocturnal choosing to pitch 2, finds Bolt, Ally, and Manic Jack. So turn 1, immediately have information on the Manic Jack in hand. I find a Reflective Automaton. This is just going to be Ring Automaton just to have a body on board. As Nocturnal is forced to pass here. Just go for Ring Discerning Thief here, as well as get in for 2.
My paws are quicker than your eyes.
Second Manic Jack drawn.
Behold, my
Plays the Manic
magnificent
Jack.
monster.
Noct missing turn
Find a
1
Blood
and turn
Dragon.
2 helps you so much.
Yeah, massive deal. Very unlikely looking at the deck list, but
You can just take...
yeah,
Yeah.
I just pass here.
Nothing to play there.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
about
just
to
gonna
say
ring,
that you can
but-
just curve out, but then I realized that you are missing 3.
Yeah, it's gonna ring Blood Dragon. That was the whole plan.
Harpy.
So we hit a Harpy.
I knew Noct is going to do that.
Yeah, Harpy comes down, locks up the Blood Dragon, takes the favorable.
My magnificent monster.
I'm just gonna probably drop a second Blood Dragon. Yep.
It's interesting to see everyone play on the same deck because this is where your personality shows the most.
Mm.
Warcrafter or Manic Jack plus the mutation is 5. You can trade down with one of the Blood Dragons.
Bolt.
Alright.
Careful there, friend.
Then you don't
Gives
mutate.
forward. Goes face. Marks the 2 damage. Find Battle Mace off the top.
But you have the spinner.
By arcane
Yep.
speed.
Spinner just take out the jack here. I do opt to take the trade with Blood Dragon just to make sure there's no funny business next turn. I did consider taking the trade with the Wardcrafter just to make sure that the Manic Jack had no good trades.
Now
Guess we're
Nocturnal
actually just going to see.
develops Thief in Field. Loser in Shadow.
No, I was going to say I was going to see a an LP come down here,
Mm,
which I will be able to just Abner to get a Storm Atronach.
drain.
Bolt Drain. Was I top deck an Elfique?
The day is mine.
Yeah, I think just choose to go for the Abner here.
Running Manic Jack here is also interesting because this is your only way to get drain here.
Mm. It's
Even
what,
if
a
it's
1 in
random.
13?
1 in 8.
Oh, okay. The odds are better than I thought. Let me find a Mighty Conjuring off the top. Chooses to burn his Abner up to knock the ward off of my Storm Atro.
Today I
And it's a race.
Yeah, but I believe I just go for Mighty Conjuring
Mighty
here.
Conjuring and the race is over.
Get it for 7. Get it for 5. Get it for 3.
The day is mine.
And Conjurer. Yeah.
Yeah, Mighty Conjuring. Just dump it in Shadow Lane, force him to deal with it. Knowing that it's a blue heavy version and knowing there's no silence in the deck, very, very easy to kind of decide what you're doing when you don't have to consider Earthworm Spinner.
Good thing for Nock is that
As
he
a-
can trade with the ward with the 1-3 and then say the in and trade. Unfortunate for him is that you won because there is no guards in field. You have 8 damage there, you have 4 damage coming from hand.
So, take 8.
And that will be exactly lethal.
Be silent.
Get it for 3, yeah. And then Battle Mace in. And that's game 1.
Having the ring made you the aggressor here. And also the fact that Nocturnal missed the first 2 turns.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not having to worry about like early plays on a Nocturnal that game really gave me the ability to kind of just develop in peace. As we find double Lesser Ward Shrieking Harpy for my opener into the Crown Quartermaster Bolt Conjurer opener from Nocturnal here. We find a Reflective Automaton. Nocturnal finds a Rapid Shot. You just develop the Harpy, just counter tempo. Second Rapid Shot for Nocturnal.
Is it good that you have 2 lesser wards, or is it bad that you have 2 lesser wards?
It's I think it's bad. I would rather they were like rapid shots.
Your hand will run out of cards very soon.
Yeah.
You have to ring out the Conjure and knock.
Yeah, ring it out. You're coming. Your battle mage opponent is coming up onto turn 4. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, he got away with it. Unfortunate.
And you missed turn 4.
Especially because, yeah, especially considering I am one of the only players running 3 copies of Earthbone Spinner because I was expecting a lot of Breton Conjurer.
Yeah.
Just gonna have to ignore Go Face. Magic Jack off the top. Yeah, gets trade and activate. Just develop Magic Jack behind 5/5. Battle Mace
That's
instead.
bold. Oh, yours. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
At this point, I'm very, very annoyed with my hand.
At least you got
We do
the
get to go
here.
4 fingers. Yeah. 2 and 3.
And next turn you
Clean
have
up
Cradle.
some of the mess. Harpy off the top for Nocturnal.
I'll probably trade and Manic Jack. But also Nocturnal likes to go face, so I would not be surprised if he's going face here. We've already seen 2 less awards, so what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, because I've very much been playing from very far behind all game.
Behold,
Both in terms of resources and board presence. Nocturnal choosing to split the lanes, rolls Rally. Finally find the Earthbone Spinner.
Thought you go Cradle this turn.
Yeah, just going to counter tempo with the Cradle here. Lesser reward for Nocturnal. He does have the Bolt to clean up the Cradle Crush here, which is fine. Boards up the Jack, but I have the Spinner to deal with this.
After playing the Bolt, he was not allowed anymore to play the Harpy, although it would have been the better play.
Yeah, I mean, tempoing out the 3-2 here would have been fine. Tempoing out, like, playing the Harpy, shackling up the Cradle for a turn also would have been, like, acceptable.
Yeah. Harpy plus Baron would have meant that you can trade with Cradle next turn, because Harpy would have been at 4, if you want to, and otherwise you just go with the Bolt.
Yeah, I managed to find a turn where there was not that much pressure to be able to finally get the Elfie down. We find a Temple Conjurer off the top.
It's, yeah, Spinner and Thief. Nock will have the Baron next turn, which means that this is actually 5 plus 4 plus 4 damage, 13. Firebolt can deal with the Spinner, but you still have the Descending Thief.
Boards up the Jack, goes for Baron here. We do have opportunities for some prophecies here. Potential Harpy would be massive. Find Daggerfall, Automaton, and a second Blood Dragon. Yeah, I think this is likely just game unless I top deck exactly Cradle Crush, which we do not.
Harpy is the only prophecy here because you are not running Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, I figured in a format with a lot of wards running around and a lot of like relatively large creatures, Bolt probably wouldn't be the best pick.
Yeah, everything has 5 health or 3.
Yeah.
not 4. Like Cradle is the only one with 4.
Cradle and Belligerent, yeah. They're like the only good bolt targets, really. Maybe Discerning Thief at a push. Yeah, we just,
Can Nox skip? First has to rapid shot if he wants to skip. No skipping, but still lethal unless you find a harpy.
yeah, it has to be exactly Harpy, last rune. But I am playing to the out here. We don't hit it. So.
1-1. The player with the ring always won.
I don't know how impactful the ring was that game, more so that I just didn't have anything to do for the first, like, I also skipped turn 4.
Yeah, having 2 lesser boards, but no real creatures to equip them on. And then, yeah, losing the turn 4 tempo. And it was the same with Nocturnal last game. He did not have anything for 1 and 2, and that's why he lost there.
Also, drawing both Blood Dragons at very bad times did not help.
Yeah. It all comes down to this third round.
I'm actually pretty sure that this was a running theme. So this entire section was I kept drawing double Blood Dragon, and every time I drew double Blood Dragon, I was in a losing position, so I couldn't play them. Yeah, I do believe the ring for the final game was random.
Yes.
So
As we
I
see,
would
it's
have
with
been
Nocturnal
unlucky. Yeah.
Flameslinger. Do you... Oh, because you have less... I'm still not sure.
Yeah. This is more just to get rid of the ward. Again, my hand does not really do anything, so I'm just trying to fight for board as much as I can.
This was the first play that you made and I did not agree with.
Yeah, I just needed to develop. Yeah, we board, so it's not a free trade. Has to spend a little bit extra to get through. Just go for the firebolt and trade here, and develop the Manic Jack.
I would actually ring out the Quartermaster here. Yeah.
Yep, does do that. We find a Rapid Shot of our own. Choose just a Cyclops Rapid Shot here. Finding a second Rapid Shot.
Fingers will be good next turn. But you made everything 1 health.
Yes, just making them very afraid of Skaven. Which I am running 3 copies of, by the way. Again, I maxed out on Skaven and Earthbone because they are pretty good in the mirror match. I just struggled to draw them, was the problem. As the second ally hits.
I fear Nocturnal is close to losing the tempo of this match. You have double fingers.
We wrap shop because it's just free here to cycle. And now we have a pretty clean fingers. Just take out the 2 wounded creatures and then the Discerning Thief. Nocturnal finds a lesser ward off the top. I find a Cradle Crush.
Do you think you played the Belly Giant or do you think you played the fingers?
I would imagine Belligerent Giant bounced the Atronach here.
Oh.
No, I respond with Alfiq.
Okay.
Oh, no, yeah, there we go.
Alright. At least you know yourself.
Yeah, no, the bouncing a Flame Atronach is very depressing as a as a mid-range blue deck. Having to play the Atronach sucks. By doing this, I'm pretty well aware that there's that Nocturnal has to spend mana to get rid of this Belligerent Giant before he can realistically replay the Atronach. So by doing this, I'm setting them back at least a turn plus a couple of resources by doing it.
I'm trying to see what options Nocturne has for reach, and he has a Sentinel Metal Mace, he has a Seidanin, and then 2 Lightning Bolts and the Encano.
Goes for Rapid Shot. Finds the Encano. But this entire setup was essentially just try and get a Mighty Conjuring down, more than anything else. Yeah, we fire off the Conjuring, we take our trade, we ship it back. Now, Nocturnal does have the answer in the form of the Firebolt here, so we can Firebolt knock the ward off, then double trade.
Could also try a mutation. See if it lands lethal.
I mean, you have a 1 in 6 on the Atronach right now.
1 in 5 because you can't draw a charge anymore. That's not.
Oh, true.
Not too bad.
You're just gonna go for the safe line here.
Or you could try it for the 3/3 because you would have been fine with ward as well. Now this is the safest, but this removes your reach.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
prophecy!
prophecy is a harpy, the only prophecy in the deck. Yeah, so we can just Earthbone, knock the ward off, take the trade.
You're safe for a turn, which means you can spend time setting up a board.
Yep, Daggerfall and then Wardcrafter on the 3/2.
You have fingers.
Makes
and
it very awkward in the
Encano.
fingers.
Flamesinger is 1 damage phase, but that's just too far off. Nocturne is only running 2 copies of the Lightning Bolt.
For fingers.
Oh, that's
Breaks
clever.
2 for 2.
Everything is taken from me. Today I repay in kind.
Mutation gets guard on the Encano.
Fell the Mighty.
Fell the Mighty.
And Fell and Conjurer can be played on the same turn here. So you will have your guard, and you will have removed the creature we break.
Yeah, and we'll have gotten an Atronach Soul thanks to the Mighty Conjuring previously. We do go to 5.
At least now can, yeah, you can trade favorably yet, although it's not really favorably because you got the 7/5. Your answer is fingers here, correct? Yes, correct.
Yeah, I just clean up field lane and take the trade in Shadow. And I get takes all the Conjure as well.
The light of the 3.
I
Ooh,
was
a
about
feat.
to say that anything Nocturnal gets will be removed by Encano, but he might have drawn the only card that is not solved with Encano. Oh, and
Ooh.
you dropped Deca Spinner.
The second of 3 spinners, baby!
Oh, cruel.
This is why I ran 3. Oh man, I think I just Cradle Crush here to grab my my tome. I could take the trade then with the Alfiq.
I would be tempted to go Spinner the Star Metro, Encano the Star Metro, and just trade favorably.
Yeah, I do potentially just go. Yeah, that's exactly what I go for. I do break a
Brave
rune
Saloon,
here.
yeah.
Out upon it.
Breton Conjurer off the top.
It's over.
I don't think it's over. I think there's still... I still have like a turn that I have to make it through here.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Piss, go,
Yep.
piss. You don't have another choice, Nock. You have to pray that the second bolt comes out. And that's it.
Yeah. It's either set me to 1 or remove the Atronach.
But even if you remove the Aether, there is no way that you win next turn. So you
Set
have
me
to
to
go
1.
piss.
Yeah, it's now or never. I have to just pray I don't hit the second bolt, essentially, or a harpy.
Nocturne is only
No,
running
it's...
2 bolts and 2 harpies. If you have seen 1 bolt, there is 2 harpies and the bolt left.
Yeah, and I can skip a rune here with Cradle Crush, so... Yeah, grab our Tome the Encano, skip last rune.
And that's game 3 for you, which means that you will be on the brackets 1-0 side.
A hard-fought win as well, to be fair.
Yeah, this third match was intense. And we'll be back in 5 minutes with the second round. And welcome back to the second stage of the final summit tournament. After round 1, we see that 2 matches have been played off screen. City Talker lost 0-2 against Megacat, and I lost 1-2 against Rospidol. The interesting thing about that matchup was that in all 3 matches, it was very close. I think it was the longest match throughout the entire stage. And always the player without the ring won. We have tracked the win rate of the ring in the other matches, and everywhere else it was favored for the ring, but with us versus Hospital, it was unfavored for the ring, so it was interesting to see why. And in the next round, we will be looking at Megacat versus Hospital and Eros versus Nocturnal. Megacat Hospital first. If I look at the deck lists, even the curves are almost matched. So, same tempo on both sides.
Opening hands are, well, for Mag, it's not looking great. Double Mighty Conjuring, Garnick plus Sentinel Proclaimer. For Rospiridol, we have Doomfang, Cunning Ally, Double Rapid Shot. Scave enough stop for Mag Gaggett here, so there's going to be passing back and forth. Rospiridol finally finds a 2-drop, but is just going to go for the Cunning Ally here.
Let's shed some light on the
Hits the Firebolt. Mag may just go for a Sentinel Reclaimer just to contest a little bit.
Trade Doomfang.
Yeah, I think trade Doomfang is the correct line here.
Adapt and survive.
Ward.
Doomfang hits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is halfly answered by Skaven and then fully with the Steel Dagger. But Rospidol has the Warcrafter.
Yeah. Warcrafter's great counter tempo here.
watch yourself now.
Interestingly chooses to split lanes. Goes for the Luzra and field.
Also, by playing Luzra, you're basically invoking that you're drawing an Alfik next turn.
Yeah.
By the fires of oblivion.
See Daggerfall Mage and the Luzra come down.
Not in the same.
We're just gonna see we're just gonna see Conjurer plus Rapid Shot here, I'd imagine.
I could see the fingers.
Da-dee-da-da. I'll get this yet.
It was the top deck.
It is gonna go for fingers, that's interesting. It is a clean fingers. I think it's probably better served a little bit later.
It keeps your board alive.
So we see Cradle Crush come down here for Mag. Sets up for a Mighty Conjuring next turn.
Unless it's removed.
Ooh,
And it
Alfik.
could be renewed with double rapid shot and firebolt. Not sure if he'll go that way because Rospidol top deck the Alfik.
Yeah.
This yet.
No, we're just gonna see the Breton Conjurer plus Rapid Shot here. It's just too good to pass up. Finds Lightning Bolt. Unfortunately, it's gonna come down a turn too late to deal with the Cradle Crush. Mighty Conjuring.
You rapid shot first. See if you
Yeah, pop the ward.
go into something good. Spinner.
Trade. I think you just trade the 5/5 and the 3/3 and play your Elfique.
I'm actually not sure because you have Lightning Bolt. You could just Spinner go face for. Yeah. This is the safer bet. But
Yeah.
it would have pushed you so close.
Again,
Was
I don't know if
relevant.
I don't like using the Firebolt there.
I'll get this yet.
Second Conjuring for Mag. Third Rapid Shot for us though is a very clean answer.
But Spinner is
Could-
also just.
I mean, yeah, could
yeah.
also just Spinner to kill him. In for 8, Bolt means that no matter what Mag hits here, it's irrelevant.
And
And
that
that's
was a
a
very
game one
quick
to
game
Russ.
one, yeah.
Yeah. So we get into game 2 here. Opening hand for Ross. Interesting that he pitches the Doomfang, actually. His opening hand was Mighty Conjuring, Daggerfall, Doomfang. Very interesting that he pitches the Doomfang there. You know, Mag pitches a Tel'Vos Magister, ends with a Skaven, Harpy, and a Breton Conjurer, as Ross Peardall top decks a Shrieking Harpy. Mag top decks Wardcrafter and chooses not to ring it out, which is interesting. Again, passes with the Wardcrafter. Very interesting.
My paws are quicker than your eyes.
I knew. And there is no answer from the rest. Although there is the Harpy. It could save your turn.
It's a bad Harpy because it just invites the Skaven.
Too slow.
Cycles find Cunning Ally. Pitches the Skaven. Goes for Daggerfall Mage here. Yeah. There's nothing worse than an unpunished Breton Conjurer. Yeah, just gets in. You just reward it. Yeah, Skaven. Just printing 5/5s.
Yeah.
Belligerent Giant for Ross off the top.
Keeping the Warcrafter on turn 2 proved to be the correct play in the end. You can battle maze.
Yeah, Ross is on less reward, so he has activators for this fingers. Just double checking. It seems like a lot of people kind of settled on like two less reward being like correct, which was nice to see.
The mid-range players went with 2 less awards.
As the Harpy comes down, locks up the 1/1. Just to prevent any other 5/5s being printed this turn. As Mag goes for full board controlled here. But he leaves behind a very tasty Skaven lane. Makes the Storm Atro in Shadow.
1 for 4 would certainly look nice. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, just clean up some of the mess. He has Belligerent to bounce the Atro next turn, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Second Conjurer plus a Rapid Shot for Mag. These Conjurers have put in so much work.
Now what Mac can do is just start the dancing, because he has the tempo on the board.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Mag, you could just get into a Belligerent War here, because it's a game you win. Does instead just go for the Conjuring, which is fair enough.
There is no answer for it on Ross's side. But the Diablo will just copy by the Giants. Summon.
Yep. Bouncers.
7.
In for 7. See, now with the Abner, again, the tempo has very suddenly flipped. But we are going to go back to printing 5/5s. In for 5, in for 1.
You can just Harpy.
Yeah, we're just going to see Garnag.
Let's see. This is a tough board to deal with. Skaven could have helped with field, but still not enough.
Yeah, Ross scoops it.
The Frustrator would have survived even with Skaven, so there was no other way but to concede.
Yeah, those Breton Conjurers just turn 3 Breton Conjurer with no immediate response. Just runs away with it.
And this is tied as well, so we will see the third match now. let's see who gets the ring. The player with the ring won in this series up to now.
Opening hands on both sides look good this time around. Magage pitching the Abner for a Sentinel Reclaimer, finds a Cunning Ally and a Harpy. Hand for Ross is Daggerfall, Temple Conjurer, and Lightning Bolt, finding a Breton Conjurer off the top. Magage also drawing in Earthbone, finding a Temple Conjurer this turn. Fingers for Ross. Here's going to see a Ring Daggerfall Mage.
Both hands look fine. I would favor Maggots for now, but the fingers might flip the board.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can find something useful.
Sentinel Reclaimer.
I could
Cunning
see
Ally off the
Maggot
top.
thinking that maybe just play the Reclaimer in Shadow and then go for Spinner next turn on the DFM. Oh,
Is just going to get a free spinner here.
the Firebolt in Ross's hand also means that he can play the Breton. and
Yeah,
pop the
it isn't
board.
activated for his Breton next turn. I mean, if you're Mag, do you just play the Cunning Ally yourself? Do you even commit to this line? Mag seems to think so. Goes for the trade. Happy off the top for us, but we're just going to see probably Conjurer, Ring, Firebolt. Oh, so it just goes for. Oh, okay.
Hmm. There is no answer from Mag, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the one of Spinner, so you know it's safe.
Also, if Mag could get away with an unpopped Breton, then you could get away with it for the next match.
We've seen Exalted Temple Conjurer come down on both sides. Crown Quartermaster off the top for Magaka here. Gets in for 7, plays Harpy to lock down the 5-3.
And then Breton. Or, yeah, this is... Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
ally misses. A 38 out of 50 blue in Magaket's list, by the way. That does give a surprising amount of information to Ross Beardall because there's only a handful of cards it could be. So you know it's likely going to be like a Belligerent Giant or something. Yeah. As he does draw the Belligerent Giant, and just, again, there's nothing worse than getting an Atronach bounced. You don't want to pay for them, like 90% of the time. The classic play Nahagliv. My Nahagliv gets bounced. Play Nahagliv again. Oh, happy for Mag.
I could have even seen that being capped. Just for the shackle value.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty... Yeah, I was going to say Fingers is, like, fine. You also could have bolted the Belligerent here. Like, bolted Belligerent, shackled the Atronach.
You have lethal?
Yeah,
Yes, you
this
have
is
lethal.
this is lethal. Yeah.
I was trying to count, but it's exact.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you bolt the Belligerent Giant that turn, then shackle down the 5-3 with the Harpy, I think you're in a better position. I don't think you die immediately. on board, and then you have the fingers on the following turn. But yeah, Magaka takes a 2-1.
And now a match from the losers in the first round. It will be Eros and Nocturnal both on 0-1. Let's see who will go for the 0-2 match in turn 3.
Okay, so opening hand from Nocturnal is looking pretty good, actually. Pitching back a Sentinel Battle Mace, finding a Cunning Ally, Breton Conjurer, and a Warcrafter. Hand from Eros is looking a bit heavy. So we're probably just going to see a full ship. If not, maybe keep it Alfiq, if you want to be greedy. Yeah, just keep an Alfiq, finds a Lesser Ward and a Rapid Shot.
Not,
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
not the hand you were looking for. Oh, no. This isn't it.
Hey, remember that game I drew 2 Lesser Wards and didn't do anything? Yeah, I think we're getting that run back. Crown Quartermaster turn 1 from Nocturnal, just going to be followed up likely with a Warcraft this turn.
Has Cunning Ally for 3 and Breton for 4.
Yeah, plus the Rapid Shot to activate the Breton.
Oh,
Mentor's Ring for Ross. Rapid Shot to cycle. Finds
Ross
Abner.
must be so tilted right now.
Stendarr, give me some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I feel that, brother.
Breton.
Finds a Breton Conjurer. We're almost getting to playable mana costs. Hey, there we go. Finally, just took 3 turns. Find a Sentinel Reclaimer that we can in fact play. But we're just gonna go for a Breton Conjurer, and if Nocturnal rips a Silence off the top,
Oh,
he's
that
gonna...
would have been an instant
Just-
concede.
Yeah, I was gonna say instant scoop.
Good thing Nocturnal doesn't have silence in the deck, since he's the
Oh, true.
Mana
Yes.
blue.
Very true. The Conjurers are free against Nocturnal here.
Yeah, Harpy still would have gone crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, for Nocturnal, do you just play your own Conjurer and just kind of ignore it?
I think so.
Just go face.
I have you.
Other play is Satanine and
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, this is also reasonable.
I will.
This way, you're guaranteed to get your Conjurer value next turn. You have the
Taken
Rapid Shot in hand, so
pay in kind.
completely blanked on the Courier in his hand. Probably just gonna see Reclaimer come down.
Well, let's see if we can find
You
something
could
useful.
consider warding it here.
Probably. Just down so much on board.
Yeah, dagger and board. Just makes it a little bit trickier to deal with.
But Nock has yeah.
I have you.
Yeah, we just take the trade here. This guarantees us the 5/5 in field. You actively want the 5/5 in field here. Finds less reward off the top.
But now, like it is turn 5. Eros is down 7 health, but has a better hand going forward.
Does play the ward. It's incredible how many games these like Bretons have come down naked. And anytime I play a naked Breton, it just immediately gets hit with a spinner. We're just probably gonna see Alfiq.
You need to do it. That's the first temper positive play that you're making this match.
Yeah. I mean, it's still not great, right?
No, because
'Cause
not
you know
that
those-
a better trade, but you can do.
Yeah, 'cause you
anything
know
else.
you know about the dagger and you know about the firebolt, so you know that the conjurer is just gonna like trade down the Alfiq, which sucks.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
What you're really hoping is that the last card in hand is not a Wardcrafter.
Cunning ally.
I mean- It's not great.
Oh.
I think you ally first no matter what. I think it's worth allying first. Okay.
Hmm.
Just gonna fireball trade.
He wanted to play the Kanagalan field. Could have overridden the 0-1, but is trying to keep it for potential Baron of Tier.
Yeah, that's the only thing that really does anything with it right now is Baron. I mean, also technically can carry steel swords or battle maces.
I will be tempted to Ebner the Kanagalan here.
I think the first thing you have to do is I I don't hold
Ebner
on.
Shadow Kanagalan.
I need to check his list real quick because
And concede if you if you don't hit.
yeah, I mean, okay, so Ross has a 42 out of 50 blue count, so it is more than likely he's gonna hit it. Let's him clear off the 5-2.
He's running 51.
Yeah, of course.
I had to point it out.
I didn't cough it in the deck intros. Yeah. No, there's no Skaven in the list, so this makes the most sense. Because I was gonna say if Skaven was in the list, you'd always rapid shot there, see if you draw Skaven.
I have you now.
Oh,
Bolt.
that will be useful. Because Nock is emptying his hand this turn.
I think he just bolt the 3/3.
Yeah. Mm-mm. I guess it's fine.
Interesting.
By the fires of oblivion. Everything is
Still they got
I mean-
0-1?
today.
No.
Mankind.
Curse.
Fingers is a decent top deck here.
Trade 1, 2, 3 on the DFM, and Cunning Eye.
Yeah. I think you rapid shot to pop the ward on the 1/3.
Oh, that it could be. Oh, second rapid shot.
That's really good. Yeah, pops all the wards here. Gets the Crown Quartermaster down. Question is how are you doing this fingers now?
You just need to survive
Yeah.
until Aspect because Nock has no answers for it. No Belly Giant, no Silence.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as the 12/12 guard comes down, there's no outs.
And now you forced Nock to trade with the 2-1. Although he has the tomb, so.
Yeah,
There's that.
he has Tome, he has Dagger, finds Alfiq. Alfiq is great refill.
My
Charge?
magnificent monster.
Charge? No.
Drain! Ross also finds an Alfiq here. Which is pretty good, because you can Dagger. I mean, you could technically Dagger the Alfiq, that way...
You have to, yeah.
Yeah.
Second
That way
Alfiq
you-
for Nock. Oh.
Oh, man.
Out of my sight.
Let's do
Yeah, you just get him for 4 and play your Alfiq.
Will keep you safe.
I would have. I think Alfiq
I
would
would
have
have-
been played
yeah.
in field, yeah.
Field was correct. You don't care about the 3/3 dying, you care about having the 7/5 there to back up the 4/4. You care about the 4/4 living.
You go aspect in shadow, 12 guard.
It has to be aspect here. It's going to survive like 90% of the time. You know one card at hand is dagger plus the top deck from last turn.
Russ wants to play Temple Conjurer and Baron of Tyr.
It's a lot weaker than aspect is the problem. Is going to go for it. Okay. Because the problem with this is it doesn't beat double Alfiq.
Yeah, but you don't know that it's a double offing.
Yeah, but I mean,
It
like,
still
aspect
weighs
first.
down equally in the end.
Yeah, I mean, aspect first gives you the best odds.
You still have aspect next turn.
Yeah.
Problem is, there will be a 7/5 there. You need to equip the Steel Sword to trade,
Yeah.
and then you can't play the aspect.
This one
This is what I mean. The aspect is just a lot more efficient before you go for the Baron of Tier line. Because now you're just in a position of, like, even if you play the aspect, it just gets traded down for free.
repay in kind.
I mean, you could argue, like, how is he supposed to know there's a double Alfiq, but still, I think even without the info of the second Alfiq, I just think aspect is a lot more efficient in the face of what Nocturnal's actually playing. Because now there's just no outs.
I'm trying to see Mentor's Ring play, because that's what Ares will be doing. But there is just no Mentor's Ring play here.
No.
Let's say Ares trades with the Alfiq, we see the aspect come down, the aspect will eat one of the Stormatros, will leave Stormatro and the 1/3 on board for next turn. Is there any card from Ares that could deal with this next turn?
Stone Throw? It has to be exactly Stone Throw to deal with the 7/5. And then maybe you can get there with, like, Mentor's Ring and a few small bodies.
Or not just rolls lethal on the 1/3.
Yeah. I mean, there's also that.
Behold,
Yeah.
my magnificent monster.
Doesn't see the play.
Rolls guard. Yeah, you just trade the 2 7/5s here for now.
There would have been also the Incarno that can deal with the 7/5. But not with all these as well. I'll play here.
Alfiq. I mean, you have Alfiq plus Mentor's Ring. You can give the Atronach guard.
And that's
You play
three
the
bodies, yeah.
if you play the ring on the Alfiq itself, that way it's large enough that you have to trade the Atro into it. I think that's your, like, only line this turn. It has to be Alfiq plus Mentor's Ring on the actual Alfiq itself.
Alfiq was receiving the top deck then.
Yeah. I don't know if it's saving. It keeps you alive for the turn.
It will keep you safe.
Which means you were saved at least for this turn.
Yeah, I don't know if you're stabilizing off the back of this is the thing.
You'll be at 3 health. You're just waiting for Nock to draw the board. Oh,
No. Oh, no, no, no. That might cost you the game.
Ah.
Because now the DLP is a free trade. You get to keep your 7/5, and now you also have drawn a Crown Quartermaster, which means yeah, you get the Crown Quartermaster. You poke the ward off Crown Quartermaster, lets you take the trade into the 7/5 now.
Let's do
Yeah,
So
7/5 over that. Yeah, this is why this is why you had to play the ring on exactly the Elfique that turn.
And that's game 1. Even if Eros will be running the Cradle, which he is not, he will still lose.
Yeah. No, there's 0 outs like in hand here.
You know, Eros, you should have been playing Explore and chosen the action and got Assist Strike. That's how you would have won this one. And I wasn't joking. Ross would make the argument that's why he's playing Explore in a deck like this.
Christ. Let's get into game 2 here. Opening hand for Ross is Scroll Seeker, Breton Conjure, and Manic Jack. And for Nocturnal, it is Seedanine, Manic Jack, and Cunning Ally. Yes, turn we're just going to see Scroll Seeker come out of Ross here.
You call it theft, I call it learning.
Daggerfall off the top for Nocturnal. Yep, Scroll Seeker's going to get in, pass.
Missing turn 1
Let's see that.
isn't really a problem, with the ring especially.
Yeah. I mean, Battle Mage you're expecting to miss turn 1 90% of the time anyway. The only one drop you play is Crown
Watch it.
Quartermaster.
Yeah. And Scroll Seeker, if you're Raiders.
Apparently, yes.
Maybe we can find something useful.
Yes.
As we... Yeah.
Trade
Just
Warcrafter,
develop.
get your board back.
Yeah. Get some extra tome value here.
Card advantage is the name of the game. If he goes for Warcrafter. Otherwise, you just Cunning Ally. Come on, we both know that Warcrafter is the correct play. Yeah.
Now I understand.
Scroll Seeker trigger.
I would bet he
We
was
find
trying to
ourselves-
find a reason to play Satanin.
Fork Bolt triggers the Conjurer here.
On
Make
4.
it 5/5. Yeah. The hidden tech.
Satanin Cunning Ally means you can trade and have a body.
Yeah, you're always seeing eating here just to get rid of the 5/5.
You're a bit worried about playing the Cunning Ally in field because there is the Breton unwarded for now.
But you do know Ross is on 2 copies of Lesser Ward, so plus obviously the 3 Ward Crafters in the deck.
Shed some light on the problem.
Ally shockingly triggers
Oh.
in the mono blue Battle Mage.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm not sure. You lose tempo with this,
Yeah,
like board presence.
I did prefer the Seedanine line there,
My thoughts are quicker than your eyes.
as Aros just redeploys his board, Crown Quartermaster and Discerning Thief. You kind of just have a whole hand and nothing.
You go fingers.
Yeah, it has to be fingers, 1 on the Crown Quartermaster, 2 on the Thief, 3 on the Atro.
And then you fingers next turn too.
Potentially, but I mean the Alfiq does eat the Discerning Thief next turn.
Oh,
Interesting. Denies the card draw.
I guess Nocturnal knew there is a Manic Jack, so the mutation would have been a prime target. Also the Steel Dagger.
Plus the dagger, yeah.
But I'm not sure if
My paws are quicker than your
Behold,
eyes.
yeah.
my magnificent monster.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
Does go for the Alfiq here. Feels a
Doing
lot
this,
worse though.
Yeah, doing this the other way around would have meant that you can play the fingers this turn and remove both thieves.
Alfiq off the top for Ross.
Just in time to trade with your Frostate trade. Unless you just favorably trade and go Manic Jack for the
No.
5/3, but
I think you
don't
traded
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jack over Alfiq and Acronox Crash.
Especially after the regeneration hit.
Oh, interesting, just pushes the 5.
Oh. And then he
Interesting.
realizes it was a mistake.
Basial Sword goes for damage, pitches the dagger here. Double Crown Quartermaster drawn for Nocturnal. Plus a Lightning Bolt.
Trade fingers.
That bolt's pretty...
I think you're at range where you fear the 4/1.
Trade Fingers. Yeah,
Because
I think Trade
4/1
Fingers...
is with regeneration.
Yeah, you have to deal with it this turn. Yeah, I think Trade Fingers is correct, and then you can either play double Crown Quartermaster, or you can play Flameslinger.
So what does Alfig do here? Nock will be able to trade next turn with the Steel Dagger. The 7/5.
Yeah, there's no clean out for the Storm Atro.
No. Onkano can't deal with the ward.
Yeah, this is why I would have preferred to have seen the second Crown Quartermaster developed. I don't think the ring charge is going to matter from here on out.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
Oh, goes Shadow with it.
Yeah, this is the better play. And there's just
Yeah,
no
it's
answer,
much safer.
Nothing. Well, what could happen, like, if you Onkano, you will even break a ward, a rune. Reward DFM.
My paws are
Discerning
quicker
Thief
than
and
your
Crown Quartermaster. Yeah, and you can't attack.
Oh, the
Oh,
top deck bot.
The Xyzes, yep.
1/1 again. It's good
Alright,
to
this
see
one's
the
for all the
players are
marbles.
evenly matched.
Yeah, exactly.
The players and the lists too. Outside of that first match between Eros and Ende, all of these were trioffs for now. So let's see. Loser goes to being a 0-2 player.
Opening hand for Ross is Quartermaster, Discerning Thief plus Rep Shot. And Nocturnal, I believe, is still resolving Mulligan. Finds Luzra, Flameslinger, and a Breton Conjurer. Fork Bolt off the top for Ross. So we're probably going to see Crown Quartermaster come down.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
It's going to get responded to by a Luzra. Potentially. Oh no, no, sorry,
Mm.
Flameslinger, most likely.
You
Yeah.
can play the loser because you'll just get the daggered.
I mean, you can. It just would be very silly.
You steal rapid shot, steal dagger, and trade.
That's a lot of resources, though.
Like you're
Especially considering
basically
you're.
even steal with this because rapid shot refills itself. Oh,
Yeah, but you're losing your dagger and you're losing your only creature, and you're not developing this turn. I mean, you wouldn't be regardless, but rapid shot the cycle, finds battle mace. Gets
I
him
would
in
have
front of
liked
the
the
trade.
steal dagger more.
Yeah, the flexibility of rapid shots a lot nicer, but I can understand why, because you're playing the Turning Thieves this turn, so you want something in hand to pitch.
quicker than your eyes.
Battle mace for Nocturnal. I wouldn't be surprised to see Battle mace come down here, or
Yeah.
just a Harpy.
Battle Mace is so good.
Yeah,
But Nock might get greedy with the double with the Bretons.
yeah.
Doesn't want to play the Battle Mace when there is a Breton in hand.
I mean, Ross could just Fort Bolt Battle Mace and take out the 5/5 here.
I would like trade better.
My paws are
Yeah.
quicker than your eyes.
We're like just gonna see a trade over the lows right here. Wardcrafter off the
Oh.
top for Nocturnal.
Now this is interesting.
Yeah.
You either yeah, if you go Harpy, you probably Warcrafter the Breton now, which means that the
Yeah.
Forbolt won't be able to deal with the 1/1 Breton.
Careful there, friend.
Second Battle Mace off the top for Ross.
You need to Battle Mace this. That's the only play available to you.
Yeah.
Do you Forbolt afterwards?
I think
It doesn't.
Fort. It saves one of your creatures here.
I guess. And that also means that you can Battle Mace next turn if you want to, because there will be
Exactly.
a 5/5. Yeah, I think you have to, yeah.
Yeah, you have to because you need War Presence. The Turning Thief for Nocturnal, but we're just gonna see trade, and then
I would
Battle
not be
Mace
surprised to see Breton. Yeah. Oh.
My paws are
goes for
quicker
Discerning
than your
Thief.
eyes.
Instead, gonna invite Ross to potentially play something else in field lane to get hit with the Battle Mace.
This is tight match.
Manic Jack off the top for Nocturnal. This is a pretty straightforward Battle Mace. You 5/5 over 3/3, Battle Mace the Conjurer, trade over the 5/5 or the 5/3 rather, and then the Discerning Thieves trade.
And the board will be yours.
Exactly, because you have what you have an extra 5/5 as well from the Battle Mace trigger.
Yeah.
God's
That is, I'm not sure if that's
It
optimal.
was a mistake.
magnificent monster.
Yeah, because if it's a case of you don't want them to have an Astronaut in the graveyard for a potential Alfiq here, yeah, this is a very clean Fingers.
And then Nocturnal's hand
just-
is empty.
Yeah, because you trade with 5/5 here, then Fingers cleans up the board. You take the 5/1, the 5/2, and the 3/3.
This is terrible. You'll have a thief left, and that's all.
I mean, you could roll the dice on this mutation. If you roll ward, you're in such a favorable position.
Don't
Rolls
need to
regenerate. It's fine. It was worth the try. Because if it rolls like ward or drain, you're pretty happy. Yeah, and then takes out the jack. Takes the trait and passes.
Look
Oh,
at
rapid
this
shot.
card advantage.
Rapid shot for Nocturnal that goes alongside. Oh, the third conjurer. Conjurers for days. By the way, neither player is running silence. I will have everyone know. So this is very much the matchup of unpunished conjurers. Third Alfiq for Ross off the top, if I'm not mistaken.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
Goes for the Alfiq.
Yeah, it was the third.
Yeah. Makes the Storm Metro, daggers up the Alfiq here just to make sure that it has to be the 5/5 over it.
Couldn't have told you without seeing the graveyard because there was just so many Alfiks played this evening.
It turns out Alfiq was a pretty good card.
You discard mutation.
Discards the DFM.
DFM.
The elements are mine to behold. My magnificent monster.
Second. Third Burden Conjurer. And the Jack rolls the ward.
Nocturnal, the ever aggressive, discarding the only card that gives him Joe. Now you just... you have 9. I guess you could go off Feek and DFM, but...
I mean, I'm just looking at, like, you trade with the 5/1, you Belligerent Giant bounce the 1/1. The warded Conjurer here. You could also just start spewing Daggerfalls and Manic Jack.
That's what I was thinking about, because you could keep the Belly Giant for next turn and bounce the 4/4 warded Manic Jack.
Yeah, you could play the Alfie, but no, I think it's far more worth it, I think, to go Daggerfall, like double Daggerfall.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
Does just go for the Alfie here, just to develop a guard. It does make the board a little bit awkward and does give him like an immediate out to the 5/5. Oh boy. Yeah, bolt on the 7/5, trade your warded 1/1, and then you can reward the one that hasn't attacked.
Careful there, friend.
Probably should have gone face first.
Let's
Ah, yeah, we don't get punished here. We never get punished.
Oh.
As Ross finally draws his own Breton Conjurer.
Such a roller coaster this match was.
Yeah, neither player has like Cradle Crush or Skaven, so this is...
Do you bounce the 5/5 or the 4/4 ward?
Honestly, I think probably the 4/4.
Yeah, I agree.
The ward is just, it's very annoying to deal with, and you're just going to play a Daggerfall Mage beside this anyway. Interesting, okay. Bounces to 5/5. See, the issue is you have no immediate answer for the 4/4. It's always going to take you 2 cards to deal with. You know there's a 5/5 coming down next turn. You know it's likely coming down in field lane.
With bouncing the 5/5, you got out of Ancano range.
my magnificent monster.
Wardcrafter off the top. So that is a And that's another 5/5 for Nocturnal.
So much value from these conjurers.
These conjure. This is why you run Earthbone Spinner. This is
Watch yourself now.
oh, this is why Skaven is important. This is why Earthbone Spinner is important. This is you are witnessing it live.
Let's do the fist.
Oh, we find Lightning Bolt. That does strip the ward from the 4/4.
You know what Adas could do? Adas could be the guy and just top deck a spec and play it field.
This has got to be like a setup for fingers, surely.
Right?
Second
Let's
5/5
see.
goes field. Baron of Tyr.
Not bad. You can play the Breton and the Baron. And also the DFM.
Is that enough?
That's 5 guards.
By the fires of oblivion.
It's-
5 guards should do it.
Well, it's 3 plus the one off the conjure 4 because it doesn't affect Oblivion Shine because it's red.
5 guards with the... I was counting Ward as 2 guards.
Oh, fair. Yeah, I mean, there's no Oros burns, so we don't have to worry about them getting silenced. You have to double trade into that. Oh,
That's the Ward.
I mean, I guess you don't. Swear to God. This is a pretty easy
obviously not
turn.
the best top deck Nocturnal Cult have gotten, but...
Well, you trade the 2/1 into the Breton Conjurer. You trade your 5/1 into the 5/5, into the fresh 5/5. Then you less reward. Yeah, I mean it's roughly the same thing. You less reward the Breton Conjurer. Take the trade now.
Yeah.
Also, how many Frost Astronauts has Nocturnal printed off these bloody Breton Conjurers this game?
This is worthy of a game 3.
I don't think I've ever seen Breton Conjurer get this much value in all my years. Rapid
Rapid
shot.
shot. Do you rapid shot the Breton out of spite?
At this point, if I'm Ross, I might consider it.
It would be the wrong play because you don't get the draw and you need the draw, but... you will battle maze the... Yeah, that one. Trade battle maze.
I don't know if I would have done it in that order. I mean, I was told, not Battle Mace. Never mind. No, this is fine. Yeah, takes the trade, get another tome.
You
can
could
rapid
just
shot
tome
the-
battle maze in field. It's not worth it.
No, I think you just rapid
No,
shot the
because there
Manic
is a
Jack
normal
and then
one,
Battle Mace. I think you just Battle Mace your Manic Jack here. You take the favorable, because then you're starting to present.
You battle maze the
You're starting
Manic
to
Jack.
present. Yeah, because you're at that point you're presenting like a potential lethal in like 2 turns.
Yeah, mm,
Okay.
my only problem with battle macing the Manic Jack would have been that you get into Encano range. Baron doesn't change anything. Just double trade, go face. Set Aros to 5 and hope for Encano. Oh, you can't even play Encano for now.
Yeah, because the Garneg.
Garnek. You have to play the Baron in field. Knock. You need to trade with Garnek.
The best
Yeah.
protection money can buy.
Face me, you dog!
Sentinel Reclaimer for Ross.
+4 Reclaimer is another 4. 8. Obviously cannot be played in the same turn as long as Garneg is alive.
You call it theft, I call it learning.
Oh, Cunning Ally.
Let's shed some light.
And it hits.
Oh,
Now I understand.
That gives you another turn.
and you can attack with Garneg without breaking runes.
Oh.
Halfik.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
You know what? It's only fair. Ross did draw all 3 earlier. Oh, Abner!
Oh man. What a
Abner
game.
belligerent.
What a game.
You can Abner bounce the 7-5 here.
Uh, you go face Ancano doesn't matter because Nocturnal cannot play it and you win next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, you trade over with the giant, you get in for your damage.
You have to do this now so your
Yeah.
7-1 doesn't get bolted. There is the Ancano. Oh, oh, it's no knock. You didn't see. Oh wait, if you do the trade, then you don't go up to 12. Yeah, then it doesn't matter. But you could have removed the Garnet. Baron.
Baron here. That's 1 off. Baron sets Ross to 1. Gives you 2
because
guards
Carter was
in. Yeah.
Nocturnal has 2 bolts in deck. I don't know if any was played.
Yeah, but at this point, 4 and 1 are the same number, right? So I don't think it even matters. The question is, are you setting them to potential bolt range off of prophecy here? Because I think we have seen 1 single bolt out of Nocturnal already.
If
It's
you
difficult to
trade-
remember because
If you trade with the 7-1, do you survive?
I keep a spare
4,
blade.
5, 8, 13, you don't survive. So you just have to go face. And then hope for the... Maybe with guards? But no, because the guard will be killed by the 1-2. You're still dead.
Protection money can buy.
sets him to 2. Reclaimer off the top.
You have 2
Is
chances.
that enough?
I'm trying to see
you
if
want to-
he trades with the 7-1. Then the 1-2 would have traded with the 3-1 guard. Ada still had 8, 12. Would not have been able to play both tomes because Garnog is alive. Which means that he would
50. I
have
mean, he
been
has.
1 damage off.
Yeah, I mean, he has lethal right now.
Yeah. So in the end,
It's
trading would have been better, but still, so hard.
Yeah, but I mean, it's whether or not like, are you playing to win or are you playing to not lose? You know, playing to win here is setting them into bolt range because that's your out. Whereas playing to not lose, you potentially just never get that extra point of damage across.
Yeah, but he skips.
Yeah.
Wow, what a game. You know what, haters? You deserved it. After that many Frustators being summoned.
Jesus Christ.
And welcome back to the third round. Today, we will take a look first at the match between Megacat and Endeze for the first place in this round, and then for the second part, we will look at me versus Nocturnal. And for the last round, Endo and Core played versus each other. Endo won 2-0, and I played against Stitchtoker and I lost 1-2. So now let's go for the finals here, Megacat versus Endeze.
So opening hands, and as well pitching a bolt on a belligerent, getting back a Daggerfall Mage and a Warcrafter, as well as having an Altmerle Flameslinger in hand, and Megacat opens a Alfiq, Sentinel Battlemace, and Shrieking Harpy. Cultist off top for Endo, and Kano for Mag. Passes it back, top decks a Rapid Shot. Flameslinger comes out on turn 2 here. It's going to be met with a Harpy in response. As Endo top decks Discerning Thief, probably one of the best top decks you could find here, really. But we're probably just going to see a Daggerfall Mage developed, I would imagine, just because it's very, very good into the current board state.
My paws are quicker than your
Ah.
eyes.
This will just
Does opt to go for the
mad
thief.
Yeah, alt. It was
Yep.
good for Mag that Endo played this. Oh,
Yeah, just goes for the Battle Mace here. A higher tempo play, because it now forces the 1-3 to take the trade.
Out of my
I don't know.
fires of oblivion.
The FM comes down. Lizra off the top for Mag.
I would have liked it more to see the ball because Thief is the prime target for both in mid BMB mirror outside of Bad Giant.
May just see Cultist come down here.
Cultist.
It's going to make the rapid shots a lot worse, but you need to be playing for tempo here. Discerning Thief off the top for Mag. Probably going to see a Luffy come down instead, though. Yeah. Gold Shadow with us. So I think this is basically Mag signaling that he is willing to race from this point.
That's a
Gaven
good
off the top.
aside that yeah, we see a Belly Giant in Endo's hand. Oh, and
Abner
Abner.
is- Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you're
Abner
not
is
racing this.
No, this is very suddenly gone very pear-shaped for Mag. Harpy off the top is not bad. You get to lock down one of the 5/5s this turn. But the Belligerent Giant that is inevitably coming down next turn is going to be absolutely backbreaking.
Skaven Harpy
for
or
trade.
Skaven Loser? This oh.
I think it's Discerning Thief, yeah.
Quicker than your eyes.
Yeah, you have to Harpy.
All out aggro.
Gets in for 5. Gets in for 3. Gets in for 2. Belligerent Giant is going to come down and flip back to 5/1.
This is unwinnable.
Yeah, there is.
Even Abner doesn't help. You can flip it, steal lethal.
Discard the Yatro here, I think.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah, the Cultist is just making it very awkward to actually answer anything meaningfully here. Because you have, like, you had the Cunning Ally in hand, but you couldn't really play it because the Firebolts cost 1,000,000 mana. We just get into a tempo war here with Belligerent, but it's just not going to matter.
Let's see if Prophecies can save us. No, and Seidanin will mean that
Seidanin.
the last rune is skipped exactly full because you're attacking with the Withersand Cultist. And that's game 1 to Endo. Again, under 4 minutes.
Very quick game.
And now on to game 2. This time Endo has the ring, Rapid Shot, Lizard, and Belly Giant probably ships the Giant, and then Talbos will have Rapid Shot. Would assume the same. Talbos is getting shipped. Other two can be
Yeah,
kept.
I'd imagine. Yeah, 2 dropless Rapid Shot is a pretty safe keep in Battle Mage. This game is going to be even more. Oh, Endo does pitch the Rapid Shot, finds an Ancano and Mortal Gatekeeper.
Totem.
Yeah, this match is even more so in Endo's favor because Endo is now starting with the ring this game. It's gonna see ring Lazar on 1, I would imagine. Yeah, into probably ring Gatekeeper on 2. Wardcrafter in response. I mean, Cultist is like fine into this. Max damage goes for Cultist. Second Warcrafter lets the trade happen. Crown Quartermaster for Endo off the top.
Do you Gatekeeper before attacking or after attacking? Well, he opted to do it before, but...
Brings out the Quartermaster. Third Wardcrafter, by the way, for Mag.
Now that Battle Mace is looking nice.
Yeah, Battle Mace I think is like... Yeah, you're just Battle Macing this 100% of the time. Trade, Battle Mace, trade into the...
This is why it could have been a question if you want to go face, because you just gave a card to Meg, with which he was able to answer.
You have to answer the 6-1 here. Because if Endo chooses just to ignore it, which I don't think they will. This is happening every day of the week. Oh, never mind. This is gonna get
Rapid Shot.
Okay, Rapid Shot. Yeah, Rapid Shot just to remove it.
I'm not sure.
I mean, Mag can just do the same thing in response here. Yeah, and will do. Just play the Conjurer.
I feel like that Conjurer will be sitting there for a long while. Oh,
nope, not necessarily.
Alright.
Allied does hit.
Would have done it first.
Reclaimer for Endo.
Which means you can trade down the Thief.
Well, let's see if we can find something useful.
Yeah, with the Steel Sword here.
Or Double Dagger.
Channel Storm. Channel Storm is a very good pickup here, actually.
I might even keep it. You just Warcrafter.
Yep.
Other thing would have been to trade Firebolt, Warcrafter on the Breton, and then Channel Storm the Breton.
So we see Alfique.
Good thing Mag has an Abner in hand.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Abner and then Fear Totem the Abner. Square's going to go for Ancano, yeah.
It also makes sense since you have the Abner next turn and you also have Channel Storm, but well,
Ancano for Ancano.
Another Breton.
Yeah. This is going to be Abner to copy the Ancano.
You could copy, go face, and then just Channel Storm after hitting face once more.
Yeah, fair assessment.
It would
Finally
have
giving
also
Endo some
break 2
cards.
for 1.
Yeah, we give Endo 2 draws here. Finds a Daggerfall plus a Rapid Shot. Rapid Shot plus Bolt clears up the Abner. Harpy is going to lock down the 5/5, I would imagine. Then Sidonin just to make a second threat. Mighty Conjuring for Mag. Very good pickup. Just drop it in field lane, take trade into 3/1. Ping him for 1.
Rapid shot.
Rapid Shot. I mean, a fine top deck. I would probably just play the Daggerfall and Rapid Shot the Daggerfall at this point. Warcrafter. Yeah, you're just deploying everything into field lane here, trying to contest the 8/8.
And you're dead. Raise Lightning Bolt in hand and 14 damage
By the fires of oblivion.
on board.
Friend.
Let's see if Endo can find any prophecies to help here. That's a prophecy. And the
Yeah,
Harpy.
Endo does have 6
Alright.
prophecies. But we do have the Rapid Shot here. Activate the Conjurer, finding a Reclaimer.
And then you can reclaim your Channel Storm. Keep your 8/6 alive. But the 8 will be traded down because of term anyway. Or you could Reclaimer and Fear Totem the DFM.
Let's see if we can find something useful.
And that keeps... That would have kept the 8 to alive. 8 to 8/6.
See, Enraged Dragon Knight off the top for Enzoa.
You don't really
Get our tome.
want to play it with the effect anymore.
Cycles finds a Crown Quartermaster. Yeah,
Only +1, so the Harpy cannot trade with the 5/5. It will be a 4/1 even after 2 Steel Daggers.
yeah. I mean, Magaka can skip both runes here. Fear Totem, the Reclaimer, played two steel swords on one of the 5/5s.
Goes for the draw, doesn't find
Yeah,
anything that would help him, and that's
Crave Crush
game
and
2.
scoops it up. Again,
So
we're just
even
seeing the
this is
power
1-1.
of Breton Conjurer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just seeing the power of Breton Conjurer time and time again.
And the finals goes down to a third match as well. Turns out mirror matches are in fact a balanced matchup. When 2 players with the same knowledge are faced with each other. So let's see. Teach the Cradle. Yeah.
It's Conjurer, Serene Thief, and Ancano. And for Enzo, we have Daggerfall, Harpy, and Temple Conjurer. Mag
And
finding
this hand
Warcrafter.
is just so much better.
Yeah. Chooses to
Warcrafter
not
has
tempo
a
out the
bit-
Harpy.
Watch yourself now.
If I'm...
Rapid Shot. Yeah, I think this is just ring DFM.
Yeah, yeah.
By the 8, they will meet their makers.
It also helps with the Discerning Thief coming down.
Your eyes.
Or
Yeah.
Rapid Shot Quartermaster. What do you think?
I'm looking at like Rapid Shot trade into the Daggerfall and then just harping the 3/4. But Rapid Shot plus Quartermaster is also fine here. Does leave you open to the free trade from the Warcrafter here. Breton Conjurer.
Oh, you... And you can just trade and then don't care about field anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Which won't
At
work
least on-
for a long time because there is the fingers coming turn 6.
Yeah, we're just gonna see an Exalted Conjurer come down in Shadow. Yeah, Endo's kind of cross fingers hoping for a spinner draw here off the top. They are running 2 copies.
I would be inclined to Warcrafter the 5/3. But it's with the knowledge that there is a fingers coming.
Hmm. Just gonna tome up the 2/2, spread the stats around a little bit. Does find the spinner, but a turn too late here. Weighing up whether or not it's worth to break the ring here. Does in fact go for it. Is going to shackle down this 2/1 just to make sure there's no trades happening here off the back of a Crown Quartermaster from the opponent. As Mag also finds a spinner.
Your fingers anyway because you want to. Oh, you want to pop the ward. You know Endo is running silence.
Keep your distance. I keep a spare blade in my hand.
Yeah, just tempo spinner here. Now for Endo, I think you just spinner field. Play your Warcrafter.
Keep your distance.
Yeah, you just ward up the 5/3 here, I would imagine.
Watch yourself now.
Yeah, it just makes it a bit sticky.
What
Forces
can be
a...
done here?
You have Battle Mace, which is like fine. You can double trade plus Battle Mace. Skaven and field.
Restarts of the fingers, yeah. 1, 2 on.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like
And then full
fine.
trade.
Because you have the dagger. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
the dagger. You can also double trade. So
And you're still
Doesn't
down
give you-
so much.
yeah, it doesn't give you as much presence as the Battle Mace plus Skaven line. The issue with the Skaven line is it leaves a 3/1 for the opponent in field, so... See, DFM off the top here for Mag.
This is where it becomes hard to play mid BM when you're down on tempo because while you
Well-
usually trade favorably against decks, other than another mid BM that also is running the same border threads that you don't have that many guards, and you don't have
Yeah,
the
I was gonna say, like, you're kind of pigeonholed into going for either Tel'Vos or setting up like Skaven into Daggerfall Mage, and then kind of trying to get a Tel'Vos down next turn.
Well, this Belly Giant sells it.
Yeah, that is in fact going to be game.
I believe we have our T3O player. Of course, with the style points on the Encano face.
Yeah, and Zo takes it 2/1.
So for the next match, it's me versus Nocturnal. I'm at 0 points currently. So if I lose this one, I will be still at 0 points, which almost surely means that I will be one of the players who gets cut after the third stage. But Nocturnal is also down on points. He only has 10, so we'll see how this goes. Since I was the one recording it, it means that we only see my end. Of the
Oh,
hands.
okay. Oh, yes, of course, of course.
Breton, Alfig, and Fingers.
I think this is... You keep the Breton and ship everything else, because you know he's got no answer for Breton. Okay, alright.
Obviously!
I do want to stress, this was open deck list.
Yes.
I keep a spare
And I thought to myself, Fingers is good against Nocturnal because he's so widespread. And Alfik is just like, you don't ship Alfik here. So I shipped the Breton.
Oh my god. That is so funny.
This would be glorious.
The one thing I said to Keith, ship everything ship everything, ship that and nothing else. Let me see, Rapid Shot, Commodore Nocturnal here.
And also Nocturnal is on the ring.
Yeah, so we're probably just going to see Discerning Thief take the favorable here.
Too soon. I'm
Yeah,
blessed
does in fact do it.
by the
And then Ring, a 3-drop, yeah.
Breton and
So-
yes.
So you are, I think if we don't lose super quickly, you are favored because you do have access to Cradle Crush.
And there is the fingers.
Yeah,
But,
which is very good in Diz deck.
I'm so down on tempo right now.
You say that, but like you have Halalu Sharpshooter in hand. You're getting a 5/5 next turn.
For the sharpshooter, you
Right.
need to play something first.
I know, but you have draws in your deck that like suddenly make this a not bad situation.
You know what I need? I need Nocturnal to not have Offik.
don't underestimate
I mean,
Oh.
Elfik is not going to be active.
Oh.
Gall and
Yeah, forces the double trade here.
I did not remember this. Interesting.
Fine. I mean, this is just a good Discerning Thief. No matter what happens, it's forcing resources in a trade here.
Unfortunate that I'm only spending half my Magicka, but there is nothing to
Yeah.
be done about that.
claws are quicker than
The
your
hand is very unfortunate. But this should at least help smooth out the draws. Nocturnal Pilfers here. Find a Harpy. Yeah. Lock down the 2/2, that's great. It gives us a little bit of tempo back. We also have the Abner in hand. Tricking Harpy to hit our own Harpy, and then a second Discerning Thief. So we topped like a second Harpy here, which is like,
Huh.
this is not bad.
No. We could Harpy Sharpshooter. Channel Storm.
Ooh, Channel Storm is a great top deck here.
Oh. You
Yeah,
ditch
it's
Tome, probably.
you ditch the Tome, yeah. It's always Tome, and then you Channel Storm the fresh Thief and a Sharpshooter the other Thief, the damaged one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we're
Don't play the Harpy. No, please.
Why? you had a clean answer in hand. Now we have to go for the rest of the game trying to draw another activator for the Sharpshooter.
Well, we have the Battle Mace next turn. But
This is why I don't like Sharpshooter in a lot of decks. This is why I always went for Earthbone. At least Earthbone is always active.
I think I kept I am running Earthbone and Sharpshooter.
Yeah, you're running a 2-1 split, I think. Or is it a 2-2 split? I have to double check. Yeah, no, it's a 3-1 split you're running, okay. But yeah, just for the people watching, this is why I was never high on Sharpshooter. Okay,
Right.
so we do find an activator in the form of Reclaimer.
Battle Mace Sharpshooter isn't bad as well.
Yeah,
It
I
trades.
think you kind of...
Yeah.
I think you have to take that line. You're trading over the Harpy and Shadow.
Or you can fingers 1, 2, 3 on Thief, and then the Frustrator trade with Breton. You keep a loser and you pray that you don't get off-feeked. If you're worried, you can also 1-2 the loser.
No, I think you're happier leaving a Lizra than you are leaving the Thief here, just because the Thief is so much card selection. Yeah, yeah, it has to
Battle
be
Mace and
fingers.
Sharpshooter is the best play, obviously, because that leaves 2 creatures on my end.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're just
But
looking
I
for
know
fingers
myself.
here.
I know
Yeah.
myself.
I mean, look, the fingers play is fine. It leaves only the Lizra behind, which is like okay. You have an Alfiq on the
I
back end of
remembered
this.
this one.
Yeah. Nocturnal does have the Alfiq. Blood Dragon.
I'll get this yet.
Top, followed by a Belligerent Giant, which is pretty good. But I guess we're not doing that.
You know why we didn't do that? Because it would have been favorably,
Yeah,
like, evenly traded, but still, like,
Yeah, but it takes his entire turn if he wants to redeploy the Star Matcher was the thing. Yeah, no, we're just in a really bad tempo position overall here.
yeah.
We see the tome.
This one is in no mood for you.
Why don't go for lethal? Oh, well, you got Heartbeat anyway, but you could have tried lethal. This was unlike
Second.
Nocturnal.
My paws are quicker than
Discerning
my
Thief.
What can you do here? You trade with the Alfiq. Blood Dragon kills Alfiq. And then
It has to be like a Blood Dragon trade, Battle Mace.
Battle Maze the 7/4, Spinner the 4/5, and it becomes a 2/1
Yeah.
or 2/2.
Yeah, that's pretty much the exact line you have to take here. You're leaving up the Thief for a turn, which is
Please
unfortunate.
don't tell me
but-
no. Don't tell me.
See if we can find something useful.
So what's the thought process here?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember.
man.
Oh man. I
Did you just decide you were just taking maximum damage every turn? Is that where we're at?
I would not be surprised at this point if I took the trade with loser and then I would have gotten both.
Well, then we're just gonna have another Alfiq.
Oh.
we had to silence the Luzzer that turn.
I'm so grateful that I'm not casting this alone. Oh. If I'm casting this alone, I might have decided to just
But yeah,
not.
yeah, expecting.
To not post it in the end.
Oh man.
All right, Nocturnal, you deserved it because I like every turn I took the wrong play.
Oh man, you were just trying your hardest to punt that game.
I think I might have decided I want to be last.
Oh man, like actually throwing for content.
Also, I was really like, oh, I remember. I talked to like Nock for 50 minutes before the match, and I told him how upset I was that versus Rospidol I lost because like we were almost evenly matched, and then I always just lost by an inch. And then versus City Joker I lost because he high rolled. And then I reminded myself how tilted I was. So starting this matchup, I was already tilted. It might have influenced the tough process.
Watch yourself now.
It's okay. Given the way this entire tournament progressed for me, I totally understand.
The funny thing is, I think everyone was tilted. Like everyone.
Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna spoil something. I get like incredibly unlucky in the later stages of this tournament to the point where I think it's the worst variance I've ever experienced in any card game ever. So yeah, I fully understand being tilted, especially in like a tournament situation like this where you're losing games you shouldn't be losing.
And it's the last Tassel tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
When we played this, I didn't even know the game will be shut down yet. Because it was in
We have the answer.
Flows from the dark.
We cancel. We ring. Let's go.
I was worried for a moment. The funny thing is, I was worried when I cancelled it because I didn't see the sharpshooter in hand. Oh,
Okay, so
alright.
we see the Lizra.
B fingers. Cool.
This has to be fingers, yeah.
Perfect play. No mistakes this match.
So far, so good.
Khajiit will keep you.
Yeah, so Nocturnal's forced just to play a sad Elfique here.
As my brothers will say it, we are locked in.
Oh god. Yeah, so now we can respond with an Elfique if we want.
Lesser ward? Ah.
Second bolt off the top. I think this is fine. I think we
Trade
pop the
Elfique.
ward and just. I don't think we even need to trade the Elfique, really. I think it's just a case of take the ward off and then play Elfique of our own.
I wanted to.
It forces a like.
I wanted to clear my lane so the Aether there doesn't get traded.
That's fair. Yeah, the big reason I would have gone for the other line of just playing the Elfique and passing is that it forces like this situation where Nocturnal has to commit more resources, and then it like more or less remains a neutral board state because you still have the two creatures from before, and then your second Elfique is also active, and then you also have the fallback of like double bolt in hand. As we just see an Exalted Temple Conjure come down here just to make two bodies. Just gonna see a dagger just to threaten the Elfique. Again, trying to force a neutral board state.
Connell.
Is in no mood.
Wait. This is just lethal anyway because
Yep.
of double bolt and the Connell.
Yeah, we have lethal over 2 turns here.
So Elfique on 6 and Elfique on 7 is kind of cheating.
Yeah, but both are inactive, but still pretty good.
But after last match, it's deserved.
Yeah, fair.
Oh man. How
Although, no,
did I do
no,
so many
maybe-
mistakes? I haven't seen.
Yep. Maybe
Oh.
not fair considering you threw so hard.
It's fair because I gave Nokobin. It was a friendly gesture. Surely, and not me misplaying.
We have Baron of Tyr come down.
Rapid shot.
I mean, we just-
Rapid shot. Obviously.
Why not just like fire off bolts here?
Careful there, friend.
Manic Jack off the top. I think that's the first Manic Jack he's drawn, so there's no chance of a random charge plus drain roll here. Although he could roll drain on the Atronach, it's got 2 keywords already, so
Even that doesn't help.
I mean, it does. I mean, it does if he has, because he has a steel sword in hand.
Magnificent monster.
Breakthrough. Okay. Yeah,
about
I think Nocturnal missed his out there. You have to try and roll drain on the 6/3. Because then you just tome it and you steel sword it and just basically race. You gain a ton of health, so.
You see that? NightDarkWolf victory. That's something that you didn't see in this entire tournament before.
Round of applause. He's won a game.
Also, I won a game against City Talker and I won a game against Respido too, but that wasn't shown. Oh, let's see the last match.
The question is, can he win a set? That's the question.
And we all know the answer. Nocturnal has the ring again.
Opening hand, double Daggerfall plus Blood Dragon. Yeah, double Daggerfall will fine keep here.
Fingers.
Fingers, it's an okay pickup.
Such a nice hand. Okay.
Belligerent Giant. Spectre Piercing.
A bit late.
My paw
Versus Nox.
Discerning Thief.
Right.
Okay, so we have, yeah. This is a good series of draws here. We have Daggerfall into Breton Conjurer. which, as we know, is very difficult for Nocturnal to deal with.
Courtesy of not playing red.
Yeah, pretty much. So outside of exactly Rapid Shot. Yeah, you mark your damage, play your Breton. Nothing you can really do about this. You just have to deal with the 5/5.
Everything trades down equally for now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in a pretty neutral board state right now.
And that's good
But
for
it
me
really
because
depends.
I curve higher.
Ooh. Sidonine. I mean, that's fine. Now, you're not running Skaven, which is unfortunate.
Oh no. Yeah. Well, we have a harpy. How does this...
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I would have shackled on the 4/1 here.
By the 8th, they will meet their maker.
Did you pass? Okay.
I'm trying to see my third protest, but I cannot catch it.
Yeah, I think locking down the 4/1 is likely the best play. At least on this board state. And I'm not sure how I feel about you not getting the conjurer value that turn. Even if it just results in the 2/5/5s crashing, like that's fine for you.
I think I didn't want to give him chances to... Like, the Breton on his end is a 4/1.
Battle
This
mace.
is... you have to fingers. 1, 2, 3. How do you
You
do
have a very
that?
clean 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you have a rapid shot.
Yes. Well, you can 1 on the 4/1, 2 on the 3/2, 3 on the 5/3.
Yeah, but then I don't get the Frosty through, so you bump first.
Yeah.
And then do the same.
Or you just rapid shot your own guy.
That would be probably the competent play, but you know me.
Yeah, because your other option is just like rapid shot plus battle mace, make 2 5/5s here while clearing off the 5/3.
But leaving the Breton there, especially after having seen the last match Nocturnal played, that's not an option.
No, you are running bolt, so.
Oh,
okay.
oh,
No,
alright.
no, yeah, this is
Oh,
fine.
this
It's
is-
fine, it's fine.
I'm actually a genius. It turns
Yeah,
out.
this is a good play. Yeah, because now we have Belligerent next turn, we can bounce 5/4 if we really want to.
Oh, I think obvious.
Okay, well we're just gonna bounce Storm at her then.
Yeah. Let's go, Belly Giant.
Yeah, you have.
swamps
No, you
start to
do
go
have to.
crazy.
You have to kill the 0/1. Okay, you do. Good.
What was the problem with the 0/1 again?
Oh, it's just because he's got so many ways of like giving it attack.
Yeah, but not enough to kill the Frosty through. Yet. Ancano, no! Oh, okay.
Go
And he has a
space.
board.
Yeah.
So,
The world's that is what's known as concede efficiency.
there is there is a problem here. It seems like I cannot win a set, which also means that we have the final bracket ready here. In the end, the 2 matches not shown this round were CoreData versus City Talker, where City Talker won 2-1, and then Rospidol versus Ares, where Rospidol won 2-1, which also means that the final standings will be that I got 0 points here, and Endo will get 25 because he went 3-0. Megacat, City Talker, Rospidol all got 15, while CoreData, Nocturnal, and Ares got 10, which means that the final version of the elimination table in stage 2 looks like that Rospidol is at the top with 35 and I'm at the bottom with 0. So I took my job seriously and I made sure I will be last, because now even if I get 25 next round and Nocturnal gets 0 next round and Eidos gets 10 next round, then I still have to play an elimination match with Eidos. Yeah. So there is like no way I'm going through, which is fine because I'm the organizer. But the rest of the table looks like that Eidos is in 7th place with 15, Nocturnal at 6th with 20, City Talker, Magaket, and CoreData all have 25, and Endeavor is 2nd for now with 30. So this was the second stage of the final summit tournament, the mid-range Battle Mage Mirror. The next stage next month will be a preset curve, where I set a curve for everyone and they had to follow it. This will be a more aggressive curve, so this will be a quick stage. We will do it with the same format as this one regarding the bracket. It will be streamed November 1st, so look out for that. And thank you for casting with me, Core. It was so fun to do it, even if the last match was a bit chaotic.
It's a pleasure as always.
And we'll see you all in a month. Servus und farewell, Isten Olion.
Bye bye.